Hey guys, how
Hey,
you doing?
Good.
I'm not seeing us go live on YouTube. Anybody seeing us go live anywhere else? Somebody want to check?
Yep, it's up there.
You're seeing us live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Can you see all of us? Remember the show last week didn't go so well. Is everybody on screen?
I don't see Brandon.
Is that because I dumped him? Oh yeah.
I actually don't see Brandon.
Sorry, Brandon.
Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah.
So we're live. Hey guys, welcome to the Reboot, everyone. How are you? How you guys doing today?
good.
Awesome.
Good.
I'm great.
You guys are full of energy with me. Come on. Is it because I just had lunch and you guys are still waiting to have lunch?
Most likely.
That's exactly it.
Awesome.
Good.
I'm great.
Well, hey, you know what? For our audience, my name is Jim Gass, and I'm with Guys Consulting out of Cincinnati, and I've got a whole bunch of people here that would like to just kind of go around the circle and introduce themselves to you. Ryan, start us off.
Ryan with an R, yeah. I'm Ryan Heisler, Computerese, and we're in the St. Louis area.
Brian Bradley would be an LPC from Hauppauge, New York, and currently out in California working with a client. So it's sunny here.
David Luft with LDB Consulting in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And I'm Dave Groot with WinStar Technologies in Culpeper, Virginia.
Brandon Bowers with Zentech Data Systems, sunny South Florida, and hopefully people can actually see me today.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to double check YouTube for my own benefit, but I'm hopeful. You know,
Jim, you did leave him out there at the beginning.
you know what?
We did a full conversation last time, back and forth, and apparently nobody could even hear me. It was weird.
It was like 6 minutes in you showed up. Actually, I don't know what it was, and for our audience, what happened was last week we're doing a stream on what were we doing? Microsoft Teams, right? And it was a great stream, great content. I mean, Brandon, you had a lot of great stuff to add. But you know, it was really funny because here we are, two people in two squares, and I'm sitting here. Yeah, you don't really. What about this? What do you think? It's just like nothing for like minutes. And then finally, after like 5 or 6 minutes, you came on and everything was fine. I don't know what happened. So, well, hey, we are the Reboot, and this is our show. You've got a lot of great business owners here. We're all IT business owners and then some. And we've all been in business for a long time. We've got a lot of great experience, each one of us. We deal with business challenges just like all of you do. And so our goal here on the Reboot is to actually help you evaluate business decisions, whether it's technology, security, marketing, HR, finance, all kind of around, you know, your business and our experience. So we welcome you to the show. When we're going to talk about, you know what, Ryan, why don't you tell everybody what we're going to talk about today?
Google My Business, and the 3-pack is the other kind of the most important thing. Like one of the best free marketing things you're ever going to find.
Yeah, right now it's free, isn't it? And actually it's pretty doable on your own for right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually I've heard there are some paid options where you can pay $50. I don't remember if it was a month or a year for these like some of these Google guaranteed or Google certified in certain industries. But yeah,
right.
But for the bulk of us, it's free right now, at least in our industry.
Yeah, and so I'll start us off explaining what Google My Business is, and you guys just kind of add in what you want to tell. So Google My Business is not search engine optimization. That's what it's not. It's not paid ads on Google. It in a way, it's kind of like an extension of Maps, isn't it, Ryan? Wouldn't you say, guys?
It's the push pin on the map, right?
Yeah. It's what gets you on the push pin on the map in Google Maps, and lots of other things play into that. Lots of other services. So I think there's probably forgive me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Apple play into that also? Aren't they using that in their Apple devices on maps, their maps?
Not that I know.
I don't know. I can't recall. But other services play into that. So how you get on the map, literally, with Google Maps is Google My Business. And if you don't know how to get it set up, all you got to do is Google set up Google My Business. It's three words, Google My Business. And so what it does is it allows you to set up your business in Google. You actually have, it looks like even if you look at the logo, it's a storefront, right? And so it's essentially a way for you to set up your storefront in Google for people to evaluate your products and services, your hours, your telephone number, your address, and so on and so forth. That's really the top end of it. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah.
And go ahead. Add to.
Yeah, in simple terms, I mean, it's really kind of like a directory, right? But it's a local directory that's responsive to Google searches, right? So the most popular search engine, when someone goes and searches for the industry or the type of business that you are, and even especially when they put the city modifier after it, if they say, IT companies in St. Louis or florists in Fort Lauderdale or whatever they're looking for, right? Google looks up the companies that are listed in those local areas and then shows them those results.
And like 20, 30 years ago, everybody would go to the yellow pages, right, to find somebody. Now they're going to Google. Right. The benefit of Google is you're basically in that yellow pages directory, and they're giving the listings typically closest to you. So I know we're going to talk about location-based stuff, but I mean, that's what the major benefit is to making sure you're actually at least on the directory, right? You get your page created so that you're coming up when people are searching for you for stuff.
And it's better than the yellow pages because for the most part, it's free. And basically everybody has the same shot, right? With the yellow pages, you could pay a fortune and you could buy the big ad, right?
Right. And you can give more information, right? Because you can then put customer testimonials, you can put offers, you can put pictures of your location, your team, different things like that. It's like a Facebook profile for your business.
And the importance of it is, anyone? I mean, if you really think about it from a strategy perspective, outside of it being free and it's just a storefront and you can put a lot of information in it, what benefit do you get from Google by having a Google My Business, guys?
Well, this is leads. This is sales.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to bring in more business ultimately. Like, it's a no-brainer to not get this set up.
I look and read into things all the time. And when I look at, so here's a kind of an off topic, Facebook. What was Facebook advertising a lot of back in, say, August, September, and October? Does anybody remember? Groups. Facebook groups. Do you guys remember all the commercials about Facebook groups? Facebook was advertising groups. You got to read into that, right? Now look at Google, okay? And look at how they structured their search page results, okay? Where does the Google My Business returns, right? The responses or what are the results? Where do they show up, guys?
Right below the ads.
Right below the ads.
Usually, sometimes they're at the top. If there aren't any ads, or if they're ads, the ads are at the bottom on a certain search result, then the 3-pack's at the top and with the map.
And Google reading between the lines, Google My Business results, right? They don't you just know that, right? Like the organic results are below that.
Yes.
So if you don't have a presence there, that's what we're in the process of just doing our SEO, and the first thing he's doing is Google My Business, and he's going first with that, with updating the content, images, Google your reviews, all that stuff ties into it, which we didn't know that, and that's what that whole section is. So without you're not even getting.
Analysts, sorry, I was just going to feed off of that. What analysts say. Let's go to your website for a second. Typically, people don't even go below the fold, right? Just the very first portion of your site. And it's the same for Google searches. If you're not in the top 3 to 5, that's who are going to get the calls. And the first one to pick up the phone is usually the one that's going to get the business.
Yep.
So
Brandon, you got to read in between the lines with Google. Okay. I mean, somebody's paying them for ads, right?
Yeah.
They're being paid money for ads. Okay. But sometimes the Google My Business results are above the ads. And if not, they're always right below the ad. What's that tell you guys? What is Google trying to say to everybody just by that right there?
It's important.
It's important. This
is important to them.
This is our strategy. We're going local, and they've come out and said it, local is a really, really big deal to them. You know what, Ryan, you had a screenshot that you wanted to share about the top 3, right? The 3-pack. You want to bring that up? I'll pop it up on the screen for everyone.
Yeah, I'll share it here real quick.
I'm gonna take all those off the screen so everyone can see this. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so so I used a tool, website, whatever, to search for a plumber near me. I think this one was in Nashville, right? So I did a search for plumber near me in Nashville, right? So these two top results here, these are both paid ads. So these guys could have paid or could be willing to pay $5, $10, $50, $100 for somebody to click on these ads to show up right here. But then you got the map pack, which shows all these other little dots. So these are other businesses that are not ranking and not showing. But then these three pins here, those are these three companies, right? So something about the profiles of these companies and or the location made them show in that map pack for proximity to the near me search that I did in Nashville using this website that basically tells Google that I'm in Nashville. So then, below that we have these people also ask, and then these are the, so even if you're number one in the organic search results, you're here. So why wouldn't you try to be here for essentially free, right? So that's kind of the benefit of the map pack. And then, in some cities and in some industries, they'll actually show the phone number here, right? It tells you the city that they're in. Sometimes it'll say how long they've been in business, like they'll say in business 26 years or in business 5 years or whatever it is, based on the profile information that you put in Google My Business.
I want to make mention real quick there is you can also kind of, let's call it, boost your Google My Business page by integrating it into your AdWords account, right? So that'll also benefit. If you're already doing AdWords, you can end up tying using some of their extensions.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't actually know that.
And I tried to find an example here, but I couldn't. But there are also times when an ad, so if you're doing an ad and you have Google My Business set up with the same account that your ad is running on, then your ad actually can appear right here. So it would appear above this Diamond One Plumbing, right? It would say ad, just like these ads up here say ad, but it'll stick that in there. And I've actually seen it before where there's two ads. So you have two ads in the map pack, and then the other three, which is the traditional, what everyone calls the 3-pack or the map pack. So it's possible too that if you're advertising, you might get stuck in this map pack, which honestly is really good, because if you're not naturally coming up in the map pack, then maybe you get to be in there because your ad puts you there.
Are there unclaimed businesses? Could there be in those?
Yeah.
Right.
So
okay.
I've not.
Should claim their businesses too, right? Even if they.
Yeah. So Google, I know, will take data from like sources like Info USA, and they'll add them into Google My Business automatically, right? And give them just like the basic listing name, company name, address, city, state, zip, phone number. And it'll be in there as I'll show you here if we click view all. These are all of the plumbers that it has listed in this area close here, right? So, I mean, there's pages and pages of them. If we go further towards the back of this list, see if I can find one that looks like it just hasn't been filled out here. Maybe.
Yeah, that looks like it might be one. Well,
yeah, it doesn't have any pictures. It just has the address.
That's a Google Streets is what that is. That's from there.
Right. Yeah. This is Google put this here. The company didn't put that there. But see, there's no business hours. There's no website. And here you can click own this business, and then you can claim that as your business. So they do pull in businesses from some of these big data aggregators who are the kind of the authorities on what businesses exist. So in some cases you might already be there, but just with a very barren kind of profile.
And I'd like to point out on this, if you look at this Ajax Plumbing, right, this is very bland. So if somebody's looking for a plumbing company, they're not seeing what you want them to see. They're seeing whatever Google has decided that they should see. You know what I mean? And to me, that's not good. That's not a good idea at all. What does that picture tell me anything about that plumbing company? They got a parking lot?
Right. Yeah, exactly. it doesn't give you any information. And just if you look at this list here, right? This is on probably, what was it, page 8 that I picked. But let's assume this was the first page even, right? If you've got all these people who have all these reviews, right, with these yellow stars, and then you got this one that has no reviews. Well, guess who's probably not going to get a phone call, even though their phone number's right there, right? If I'm looking for a plumber, I'm going to probably call this one and this one and this one and this one. I might even call this one because they have, 83 5-star reviews versus this one that's got 46 at 3.9 stars average. So the reviews come into play. This one, this is more filled out, right? They've got their website, they've got their address in there correctly, so you've got driving directions. So part of it too is almost like these two have more real estate, so to speak. Like they're using more of what Google's giving them because they've got more buttons and more things.
Well, it's also playing the game with Google too. I mean, Google expects you to participate.
Correct.
And so when you so look at this, Ajax is not participating. That's what they get, right? But if you go to the top of this list, right? How many? So the one at the top is what? 2 reviews?
Yeah. Now let me go back now because let me go back to the first page.
Oh, sorry. I mean, all of these elements make a difference on where you're listed on the search engine result page, not just right here.
Correct. Yeah. So, so this guy, and a lot of it is proximity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm using this, I search from, so I'm just putting in Nashville as my location. So it's sort of just like generally whatever it considers the center-ish of Nashville is what it's using as my location. And so it's geography. So these first 3 are probably a combination of the closest ones to me with, some other elements. Like, this one's only got a 3-star average review with 8 reviews, which is honestly not that great. So I'm kind of surprised that it's showing up in the top 3.
It's a AAA game is what it is, man.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I do want to mention something about that. It's sometimes seems like there's not a lot of rhyme or reason as to the order of these, and it seems like a lot of times it falls into really proximity of where you're searching from to, like, because you're getting somebody who has fairly bad ratings, right? I mean, when you're looking on there, so proximity really just plays such a huge factor in you displaying towards the top, it seems like. Because like for us, we've got, I want to say the most 5-star ratings versus any IT company over here, but I still got guys beating me in Fort Lauderdale based on proximity searches.
Yeah. Well, if you look at that, here Diamond Plumbing has 4 reviews, a 5-star review. This AAA has 3 average star review. These guys have 4.7. These guys have none. These have 18. This has 29 down here, right? But it's got to be proximity or some other. See the Beth page here. This is Gallatin, Lebanon, Cass, whatever this is. These different city names and their proximity. So I think that's a huge weight factor is the proximity.
I think part of that weight is also whether or not the people, the business owners, are responding to their reviews. Right. So if somebody puts in something negative or positive, if you come back and answer that gives you more interaction, which means you're going to get a higher weight.
I heard the same thing.
Yeah. So we should probably talk about some of those strategies, Jim, like things that we should be doing. Right?
Absolutely. You know what I'd like to do is I'd like to pop up my screen and talk about some of the elements that you should absolutely hit on Google My Business. Now I use the mobile app mostly. So I'm going to kind of blow this up, guys. Sorry, take us off the screen again. I wish we could be on the same time, but people just can't see. And so this is the Google My Business app. I definitely would download it. You can do just about everything from it that you want to. And for me, I kind of do Google My Business on my leisure. So obviously, you've got your company at the top. You need to register your company. When you register your company, they're going to send you a postcard. They're going to validate you. So if you're saying claim this company on a bland one, I'm sure people could cheat and get the company, but they're going to send you a postcard. So you know what? I don't do much with SEO yet. Okay. But if you look at that, man, we're showing up like crazy on searches on maps. I'm actually down 200% from search views. That's 800 views in the last, 28 days. And I'm down 235 views. that says something about it. But I do put a little bit of time into Google My Business. They've been pushing COVID updates, and that's one type of update. So let's do this. Let's look at this. So as Google wants you to participate, again, they're selling relevance, right, guys? The search results are, if they're selling relevant search results, if they don't give their searcher, in the first 3, they failed in their mind, right? Maybe the first 2, and how do they get relevance? Well, you post updates. And so they've given you a way to post different types of updates and information about your business on Google My Business. That COVID status update, I didn't think much about it because we really didn't have a COVID status that we were going to put out to our customers or to people that search. But the minute I did that, boom, it lifted us in the Google My Business, where we've been in the 3-pack very consistently for different things. Updates are like, just like updates for the business or blog posts or ads or, things that are relevant for people to help find you. Events, if you're having an event or you had an event, they want to know about that. Remember, Google searchers and what they're trying to search for can vary. So these are all different types of things. I would definitely put your products and services in there. That's got to help. I mean, anybody had great results with products and services in Google My Business?
Well, and it depends on the industry too. I don't think not sure in our industry if we can do products.
You can put services on there. And
I've added some in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can put links for like appointment booking and other things on there. Another real important thing, I think, is doing some type of regular updates. That does definitely boost your score too, from a Google perspective.
I'm in Google My Business on my phone 3, 4, 5 times a week because it's so easy actually to just add something. If you did like we do this restream, well, I might add this restream as a post, that you could link to it to YouTube. By the way, I'm sure Google doesn't hate that I'm linking out to YouTube. Do you think, guys?
No, most likely not. Yeah,
they don't hate that. They own it, right?
might even be a little happy.
But so it allows you a way to post pictures. How many people go to pictures for YouTube? It's got to be the world's largest picture database, right? I probably out of 10 searches, at least one of them is going to be a picture search for something. A way to request reviews. Now, Ryan, I like to say this: you need to be getting reviews on your Google My Business. It is probably one of the most important things that helps rank you, at least gets you attention. And if you're not getting them done, they can't be stagnant. Is that right, guys? Have you noticed anybody that's kept them stagnant and watched them drop?
Nope. And it also depends on the market too. If you're in a really competitive market and a really competitive keyword, then those bad results with the low review ratings aren't going to show up, right? Where we happen to search and where it thought I was searching from, there's not a lot of competition and there's not a lot of results in that area. So those less than perfect are showing up. But if you do some searches in some really competitive industries in some really large cities, the reviews or the GMBs that don't have any reviews or that are missing data, they're not even going to be, you have to go to page 8 just to find them, right? They're never going to go up in the 3-pack.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to turn on some D here so I can stop getting prompts. Let me take that off the screen for everybody. Sorry. Is that my background noise? Is that somebody else that just started hissing?
It's not me. I can tell you that.
All right. So the other thing is, let me get back here and pop it back on the screen. Pictures. Look, if Google puts a section in the Google My Business app that says brand your business profile, and you better listen, right? And these photos are important. They show up all over the place. The more photos you have, I can tell you that I know more photos, more exposure on Google My Business. I've also noticed Google likes group pictures. So if you do an event or you're helping someone or you're in a restaurant, take a selfie of you or take a picture of the restaurant with a bunch of people in it. those are favored types of pictures, but definitely put your logo up there. And then here, I'll pop over here. So here's my reviews, right? If I want to get a review from somebody and I have a customer, I just click on that and I say, let me go ahead and email this to somebody. And it says, hey, give me some feedback. Would you help me, give me a 5-star review. Anybody have any comments or advice on reviews, on bad reviews?
Oh yeah. Respond to them. Always respond. And respond to them as if you are responding to a potential customer, not as if you're responding to the person who's giving you the bad review. I mean, a lot of times people air their grievances, even if they're not correct, right, in Google reviews. And so it's how you respond to it that's more important, I think, than what that bad review says, right? I mean, if it's just blatantly bad, you might be able to get it removed. Like if it's completely false and you can prove that, you might be able to get it removed. But otherwise, the best thing to do is just respond to it in a manner that shows that you're concerned and that you'd like to try to resolve the issue if you can.
Ryan, we can keep going down this path unless you want to throw in some third-party apps you're using real quick.
Yeah. So the one, sorry, I probably should share my screen before I go talking about it here.
That's okay. While you're doing that, I want to say something about reviews. If it is a bad review, reply to it. If it's a good review, reply to it, right? Yeah. Don't have a fight on Google reviews.
Definitely not.
Don't argue.
Well, not only that, I would just say that most people are familiar enough with the internet and the review process to know if it's a totally bogus bad review and you're responding to it in a sincere and transparent way, they're going to be able to see their way through that, and they're going to get the feeling that that was a one-off, right? Like it's not a trend.
And what do you mean by just a clarification? What do you mean by fighting? What would be fighting? Just so I know.
You know what? Arguing their point.
Brian.
Oh, we need to give you a lesson just in that one, right, Brian?
Jersey is asking this.
Yeah. No, in all seriousness, though, if somebody says they were late and they were horrible, your response should be, we're really sorry that, that we let you down or that you feel let down, so on and so forth. That is better. Well, you were late is not what you should say.
Right.
Actually, you know what? There was something at one point I had like a review session with somebody from Google, and one thing that they mentioned had a positive impact on your Google My Business account is as you respond, always respond in a positive way. They actually promote, for whatever reason, how their algorithm works. Thank you. We really appreciate these things. Like those type of responses, for whatever reason, if it's somewhere in your response, there's a benefit to you by doing that. Also,
so
I mean, of course.
So thanks for pointing this out to us. Never thought about that. There we go. So Brian, that's your next one. Thanks for pointing that out.
Okay. Got it.
Go ahead, Ryan.
All right. Okay, so this is I'd kind of searched around for an app that I could use to post, right? Because another thing that you can do that's pretty important is post continuously on your Google My Business. And the thing about the GMB posts is that they don't stay around for a long time. I think it's I've forgotten now, but I think it's just a week, 7 or 14 days, something like that. I started doing this now and I don't pay attention anymore. So, you post on Google My Business, those posts will show up in the searches that show your search result for your GMB. And so you want to have posts, again, another way to kind of keep Google happy with you and show that you're actively participating in your GMB. So this is an app that I found. It's called OneUp app. And the nicer things about this is that you can post to all these different entities, right? So you can do a post and you can update, send it to Facebook, send it to Instagram, Google My Business, Twitter, and LinkedIn all together. So the reason that I kind of picked this one was because you could do all of these. So you could make one post and then you could send it to all of the all those different social media apps or sites.
That's nice. So it's not just Google My Business.
Right. Yeah. So you can make a post one time, and then it, distributes out to the other properties that you have. And you can set posts to repeat, right? So here where it says you can set them to repeat automatically. So you can say, post this every Thursday at 2:00, or you can say, repeat this once a month or whatever, right? So if you kind of have an offer that you want to have as a post, then you can set it to repeat. You can upload things in bulk. So it's very nice, because then, me, I get busy and I forget to post things, and I'm not a good poster in the first place. So if I can sit down for an hour and do it, and have it done for 6 months or even longer, that's my speed, right? So I can sit down, dedicate an hour, and then it's ready to go for months.
Yeah, that's kind of like the way it should be, really. And again, you know what? I don't think Google expects people to be on this every day, multiple times a day. So doing something like that is a great strategy. It's just like for me, when I do Google My Business, it's actually probably first thing in the morning when I wake up, or right before I'm going to bed at nighttime. I'm all doing it all from the smartphone, right?
Well, it's fair to say that anybody that's ranked or shows up higher is doing more than you are, right? In this regard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
mm-hmm.
You could always, keep to do this, something like this that Ryan's showing here, I think is great, because it'll fill in any voids that you have and make the process somewhat easier, because it's scheduled and automated to a point too. And Google's okay with that, right?
Yeah.
As far as I know,
Ryan, that's your experience. Tell us.
Yeah, I haven't seen or heard any issues with repeating posts. They go away after, like I said, it's 7 or 14 days, I believe.
Right.
So I've got several posts that are set to repeat. Again, that way I'm always quote unquote posting something to my Google My Business. There's always an active post, and I've spent a lot of time researching GMBs, and that's one of. But the problem is you need to do a lot of things, right? And there's a couple other little things that I'd hit on real fast, because I know we're kind of almost out of time here. But, there's a Q&A, right? That's a sort of a newer feature in Google My Business. And so, it's, I believe it's acceptable to post your own questions if no one has asked questions about your business, right? Like, do you do this kind of service, right? Do you provide these types of products? And ask the question and answer it yourself. That's giving Google more information. They mine data, right? That's what they do. And they mine data to try to give people the results that they want. Well, if you put more data on there, right? Like, do you sell XYZ product? And you respond and say, yes, we sell XYZ product. We're the biggest reseller of XYZ product in North America. Well, now Google has more information when somebody's looking for XYZ product, right? There's a good chance they might pick it up out of that Q&A and show yours over somebody else's, because you said you sell XYZ product, and that's.
I like that strategy. That's kind of a really good strategy, and proactive Q&A. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I want to show one more thing on the screen, and then we'll all dive out. So if you're looking to set up Google My Business, the easiest way, google.com/business. Or just do a search, set up my Google My Business, right? And it'll take you right there. And, I'm signed in. So, I'm if I did anything else, I'd be managing it. But it'll walk you through it. There's really good walkthroughs. Anybody know of if Google will help you do this? Does anybody happen to know?
I don't believe so.
I don't know. I know they do. They do search. I know they do ads help, but
they'll help you with ads, but that's because you're spending a lot of money, most likely. They're more than happy to help take your money, but GMB, they're not going to get a bunch of money from you.
So Dave Groot, you came into this, and you're kind of like the noob almost of all of us right now. Would you say you were pretty audible about that, right? We can't hear you, bro. You're muted. Sorry.
I certainly don't spend a lot of time myself in our business listing. So it was all good stuff. It was
so a quick question for you. Did we reboot this enough for you to say, yeah, we need to pay a little bit more attention to this?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to log into my Google My Business listing right now. So what does that tell you?
The goal, we turned one person.
That's right.
Trying to just seeing the products in there is great. I haven't done a lot with it, and then just even starting to get the Q&A and some, respond in there would be good, because I typically don't do a lot of social media type stuff.
I was wondering if I could put my Microsoft bookings link in there. Would that?
I have mine in there. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do have mine in there. Yeah, you bet. It'll take it. Do all that stuff and get creative, right? Maybe we can do another session down the road on how we actually do things ourselves or something like that. But guys, I think that was a good show. I think that we achieved our goal. Everybody pretty much agree?
I agree.
Sure.
We have so we're going to do this again in 2 weeks, right? We do the reboot every other week at 1:30 Eastern time to 2 p.m. Eastern. It's only 30 minutes. We're a little over today. Ryan just wouldn't stop talking. Just kidding, Ryan.
It's because he had so much good information.
Yeah, it's great information. So we've got on March 10th, we've got Microsoft 365 little known security features. David Groot, you're gonna be really popular in that one.
Yep.
Either that or really unpopular.
Yeah, probably.
Security doesn't bring along popularity.
Well, you know what? It's in Microsoft 365. People have this already. And so it's a topic that we should just bring out. Again, we're trying to get people to use what they've got. So listen, guys, I want to thank you all. Ryan, great job. Great question, guys. Great add in. And for everybody that's watching, we will see you again on March 10th, 1:30 Eastern. And if you have any, if you want to find us, we've got the YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search The Reboot, and we are there. So, guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Later.
Thank you.